Did you know that Whistler is one of North America's top ski resort locations and attracts millions of visitors? But what if you aren't into snow, cold weather, and is Whistler a must visit for an off-season visit? In this video, I will cover our itinerary for our 5-day stay in Whistler during the off-season, or early September. I will cover travel tips, must-see attractions, and really all the things we did while we were there for 5 days. So visiting a location in the off-season can sometimes be hit or miss, but we will cover my itinerary and insight to help you have an enjoyable off-season visit of Whistler, British Columbia. So day one started with an early flight into Vancouver. We landed at about 11:06 a.m. local time, and grabbed our rental car. Because trust me, you'll want to drive that beautiful 2-hour stretch from Vancouver to Whistler. The Sea to Sky Highway offers jaw-dropping views of mountains, lakes, and forests, and if you're into road trips, this is one that an absolute must. It's cool to pull off on the side views or the little side skirts too and get some photos. We checked in at the Four Seasons Resort Whistler, and it did not disappoint. This place oozes luxury from the friendly staff to the beautiful mountain lodge style decor. After unpacking, we were ready to explore Whistler's downtown for dinner. We headed over to Earl's in downtown Whistler for our first meal, so it's a bit of a chain in the Canada area. We sat outside, which was beautiful, but let me warn you, it gets a little chilly once the sun sets. That cold beer paired with some incredible food made for the perfect end to a long travel day. I also have a Four Seasons, a full review of that as well on my channel. So day 2 kicked off with breakfast at Stone's Edge Kitchen. Now here's a little tip. There's a door that looks like the entrance, but it's not. So don't be like us and stand there confused when they're open. So they were open and we were staying there like idiots until someone actually asked. Once we figured it out, we sat down to a delicious breakfast, though I have to say it was pretty chilly inside too. Still, the food was so good, it more than made up for it. Food amazing, the inside temperature was freezing. After breakfast, we took a leisurely stroll around Whistler Village. It's a charming place with lots of cute shops. We shopped at Roots, Rip Curl being some of our favorites, and if you love shopping, the village has a little something for everyone. There was tons of stuff. Dinner was at Table 19, which has an absolutely stunning view of the golf course. So it was actually at the Nicholas North Golf Course. We had a buffet and cocktails on the outside patio, and while the venue was breathtaking, the food itself was just okay. So it's worth visiting for the vibe alone, or if you're really into golf, because it's a really famous golf course. I'm not a golfer myself. 1, 2, 3, go. Now day 3 was all about adventure. After a quick breakfast at my work conference, we headed to the Sasquatch zipline. It is the longest zipline in North America, and man, it was epic. You'll definitely want to capture the experience on a GoPro or some sort of action camera. Adrenaline rush guaranteed. I have a full review and footage of that Sasquatch zipline on my channel as well. After flying through the trees, we grabbed lunch at Black's Pub. This place has the best location, right at the foot of the ski slopes with incredible views of downtown Whistler. The food and drinks were perfect, and the weather couldn't have been much better either. It was a beautiful day. We got a little bit of rain outside for each of the other days, but that day was, I think, almost hitting 80, and it was unbelievably beautiful and amazing clear views to be on the Sasquatch zipline. For dinner, we had something really special. We had an evening at the Squamish Low-Watt Cultural Center. It was catered and the food was excellent. It was actually catered by the Four Seasons. But what really made the night unforgettable were the locals who greeted us with traditional welcome songs. The Cultural Center itself is gorgeous, and it was the perfect place to learn about the history of the area. It was really incredible. They played drums and sang songs all the way over to the Cultural Center from the Four Seasons, which is right down the road. So day 4 was mostly taken up by my work conference, but that night, oh boy, was it special. We dined at the famous Barefoot Bistro, known for its fine dining and incredible wine cellar. It's definitely a splurge, but totally worth it if you're looking for an unforgettable dining experience. The food, the atmosphere, it was all very top notch. Some of our members got to use swords to open champagne bottles. Each table also got to experience the vodka tasting frozen room at the restaurant, which was really cool. Not a big vodka shot person, but hey, you know, when in Rome. Hey! So day 5 was our final day, and it came too soon. Actually, I was ready to go home, but it was an incredible experience. After a late checkout at 12 p.m., we grabbed lunch at the Braidwood Tavern, which was right in the Four Seasons. It's a cozy spot and the perfect way to wrap the trip up before heading back to Vancouver for our late flight out. So we actually didn't have a flight out till 10:35 p.m. that night. It was actually an overnight. Overall, this 5-day trip to Whistler was packed with adventure, relaxation, and amazing food. Whether you're into outdoor activities, luxury stays, or just soaking up beautiful mountain views, Whistler really has it all. So that was my overall 5-day itinerary. Like I said, I have a Four Seasons review, I have a Sasquatch review inside of this kind of Canada playlist, so make sure you check those out as well. If you're heading to Whistler and you're not going for skiing, I have some really cool tidbits in here that you should certainly check out. The restaurants we went to were unbelievable. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, leave them down below in the comments, and we will catch you on the next one.